In this video today, I wanted to show you how to control your Insta360 camera with the application. The app is phenomenal. There's so many different things you can do on there, creative and simple, but this is going to be a basic video for people that are just starting out with 360 cameras like the Insta360 1-inch I've got here in front of me. This applies to the Insta360 X3, the 1-inch RS, the 1 RS with the 360 mod on there. You can control the camera from the application, and all the other cameras that Insta360 make, you can do that as well, but just with limited controls, not with 360 footage. So what we're going to do is we're just going to turn the camera on, we're going to jump into the application, and if you're just starting out with Insta360 cameras and you haven't explored the app yet, then this is a video for you. Let's jump in. The camera is turned on, the application is here with everything else that I've got with regarding action cameras, and at the bottom of the application you can see that you've got a little camera icon with like a Wi-Fi signal. If you press that, then the camera will connect to the application. If you're doing this for the first time, you may need to register the device and join the Wi-Fi and a few more details, but once you've done it the first time, it just connects automatically. It will throw up the prompt to join the Wi-Fi, but then once you've done that and press join, you're in. Then we press the camera icon right in the middle, and then we're in the camera. We can look around. This is the Zandaround studio. I did want to record this video outside, but the weather's just too bad, and quite frankly, I ran out of time. So we're doing it in here. So this is the view that you're getting. You've got the overhead camera up there. We've got the tripod in the picture you can see, but the actual stick is removed like every Insta360 camera. So let's have a look around the controls. This is the control panel. If you swipe right from the bottom, you've got all your video modes, and if you swipe left, you've got all your photo modes. So if we go left, we've got normal photo, and then you'll see the little 5-second above the photo. You can actually change that. In the settings, it's set on 5 seconds because I've been doing some long exposure photography. By the way, if you're new to the channel, I'm going to be doing more advanced videos in the future regarding sort of star trails, and we've got other features in the app that I want to do videos on. So if you're new to the channel, please make sure you do subscribe, press the bell so you don't miss any future uploads. We've got lots of amazing big videos coming in 2023. You want to stick around. So you'll see these little scrollers on the right hand side, not the technical word for them, but you can press that and then you can change the timer from 0 all the way to 15 seconds, and then what it'll do, it'll give you a few seconds to put your camera down, you press the timer, and then however long you set this for is when the picture will be captured. Then you've got HDR photo, interval photos, burst photos for action sports, some fast moving objects, and then you've got the star lapse, which is actually built in here. When you're on star lapse, you've got this little M on the right hand side. If you press that, that drops down the manual mode where you can adjust the ISO, the shutter speed, the white balance and everything to really hone your pictures. So that's a great option as well. Swipe down to get rid of that. Let's just have a look around the video for a moment. On the top up there, you've got the arrow that's pointing left, and that just basically means it'll take you back into the previous menu. Then we've got these little 3 colors here, which are the color selector. Then you can have it on standard, vivid or log. You can actually put it in log to actually post color grade this footage if you want to. I found that the standard profile is pretty good, and vivid if you want a little bit more saturation, but standard is what I'd recommend because the footage just looks great anyway, and the colors look fantastic just straight out of camera. So if you want to go into creating your own sort of cinematic log footage, you can do that. This here is whether you select the resolution and the frame rates in 6K, which is what this camera is capable of recording in 360. You've got 24, 25 and 30 frames per second. Insta360 fully recommend that you record in 30 frames per second to get the best quality out of the camera and the best footage, but you have got 4K in the same resolutions and 3K, and you can drop it down to 50 frames per second in 3K, which allows you the option to maybe slow down the footage a little bit, but we're going to leave it 30 frames per second in 6K for the best resolution. We tap off that. Then these 3 dots is where you can actually go into the histogram. You can check the exposure of your shot if you want to. I've just found that the camera does a decent enough job of it, to be honest, on its own. And then you've got you can turn that off, and then GPS recording. You can turn GPS stats on to bake them into the footage. So if you're a moto vlogger or a mountain biker, you can go into the desktop studio or the app and you can add GPS stats like your direction, your speed, your location on top of the footage, which is a really great effect. I've done a whole video about that if you want to check it out, link above. If you do want to get the best GPS footage though, I fully recommend you getting the remote that I've just released, Insta360. They've just released a new GPS remote, so you go and check that out, because if you use the app you have to leave it open and occasionally you can lose the connection. So fully recommend their new accessory, the remote, the GPS remote. I'll link it in the description down below. Then we've got auto mode, and you can go in there and change it to manual, the settings and everything. I recommend doing that for low light videography, because you can really hone your footage to make the low light footage look very, very good. But I do find in general situations the auto mode does a pretty good job. The big red button is where you press record and stop, obviously, and then to the left of that you've got the gallery. You press that to take you into all the footage that you've recorded. Then, if, like I said, if you swipe right, you've got all the video modes. We've got time lapse, which this camera actually records 6K time lapses. We've got time shift, which is those really fast stabilized shots that look amazing. And then we've got loop recording. If you want to use this as a dash cam, you can do. This actually, all the new cameras do feature loop recording now, which is a brilliant feature. Really good if you're using something like the Insta360 One RS. You can put that on your bike for, on the road or whatever, and you can actually use it as a dash cam for extra safety. Do like that feature. You can also go live from the cameras, so you can go there and you can press live, set it up on YouTube and Facebook and things like that. I do recommend using an Android device that you can sort of link it up by a cable to get the best internet signal. If you do it wirelessly, it's not the most reliable. So if you've got an Android device, you can link it up by USB-C and use like a tethered internet connection, which gives you really great live streams. I'm going to be doing a whole video on that pretty soon. There is one more button on the screen, and that is this button here, and this is the fly-through mode. This is a whole other video in itself, but it allows you to get sort of drone FPV shots with your camera, and you've got certain things you can press as you're recording to make it seamlessly fly through objects. There's a whole way and a whole tutorial I'm going to do on this mode, but that is a really great mode, and not a lot of people know about that. They just tend to use a shot lab for the different effects, but that is an effect that's built into the application, and like I said, stay tuned because that's a whole other video. But that's it. That's how to control your Insta360 camera via the app. It's a really powerful tool. I really do fully recommend these cameras. They are very, very good. This video is not sponsored. These are just tools that I use on a daily basis to record YouTube videos and Instagram Reels and TikToks and stuff like that. So really love them, really fully recommend them. But that's it for this one. I'll see you on the next one.